get up and nothing gets me down. And I know just how you feel. You gotta roll with the punches to get to what's real. Ladies and gentlemen, we have made it. Out of the clutches of Buenos Aires back to the realest real, a city connected to nature, Salta, Argentina. Check this out. They got the Eye of Providence up there. Some symbolism on our first church of the day. Salta, Argentina, home of the infamous Mountain of Seven Colors and one of the biggest salt beds in South America. We got a salt-themed episode today. Addressing Buenos Aires one more time, or as I like to call it, Sodium and Gomorrah. Most expensive city we've been to on the trip. Here out in the country, I bought 3 T-bone steaks for $5. I'm starting to like the mountainous side already. And here we are in the Plaza de Julio. The man on the horse you see, Juan Antonio Alvarez Adalare. He's got 3 last names. That's nothing for a Spaniard. JAAA, this guy was around for the Argentinian Revolution in the 1800s. This place is covered with convents and monasteries, which we are going to be checking out. Juan Antonio Alvarez, this guy freed the Peruvian Revolution, came down through Cochabamba, and then helped out the Argentinians. I think we could use some help with this one today. Last week in Buenos Aires, I couldn't even afford to go to a soccer game. We're gonna need to go to the churches, collect some holy power, and see if we could get this one on the road. Hey, a salt-themed episode. If there's a Dr. Pepper, there's gotta be a Dr. Salt, right? Hola. They got dogs. Look at his hair, it's salt and pepper. The Plaza de Julio, just our first stop, Salta, Argentina. Juan Antonio Alvarez Arnale. Surprised I was able to pull that one. How the hell are you gonna have 3 last names? That guy's the hero around these parts. He fought many Spanish conquistadors. You know who the smartest conquistador was? Cerebro Cortez. Here we have the Basilica of St. Francis. Check this out. Stacks on stacks. St. Francis, as you probably know, is the patron saint of the wild. Very timely that this is the Andean leg of our voyage. Let's peek our head in here. St. Francis started the Franciscan order, and he made it so you had to go out and preach before you could be ordained. Look at this. St. Francis would go to the park and preach to the pigeons, kind of like me in Plaza de Julio. I think the best story about St. Francis, 1180, he was living in Italy, and he went out to the edge of town to live in a cave for a month. Comes back to the center of town, everyone's asking him what he sees. He's going, I had these great visions of angels, but you were in a cave. His dad pulls him back into the house, binds him, locks him in a closet. Says, hey, this isn't that bad. I was just in a cave for a month. I could really use a blessing. St. Francisco, he is the patron saint of the underprivileged as well. It's kind of timely being that San Francisco in the United States is Zombieland, Market Street. You're gonna get harassed by a hobo there. Guy in the pink suit. San Francisco made it so that you can steal up to $700. These people are doing it better over here. Now we're gonna go to the main Market Street, see if we could cop ourselves a new t-shirt, because mine got ruined at the laundromat. We'll be there in just a minute. Coming up on the main shopping strip, Calle Balcarre. Should we get a woke t-shirt? They got woke t-shirts. Not woke enough to legalize crime though. So this is where you're gonna do your main shopping, Calle Balcarre here in Salta. This is looking a little too high-end if I'm being honest. I'm paying $5 for 3 steaks. I think I'm dropping 50 on a t-shirt. So I goes to the laundromat. I give them a black t-shirt and they put bleach on it. So now my black t-shirt is yellow. Look at all these bags. They don't really have all the copyright laws that we do in the States. So it's very Chinese in that aspect. You kind of just make knockoffs of everything. But yeah, I'm seeing this is a little too expensive for my taste. Maybe we'll see if we could get some salty street food. Not that I have cash on me. We only got a quick stop over here. I'm doing 2 days in Salta. Then I got a pretty saucy border crossing. Something else I wanted to buy from Salta. But I don't know if I'm going over the border, if I have a little vial of salt, if that's gonna go over very well. They got the most random stores here. They sell light bulbs and vests. Just keeps going. Did you know salt is only 1 molecule away from mustard gas? Big McThanky's from McSpanky's. All right, this is looking a little bit more affordable. Except it's for women. We got hotels, we got beautiful music. Guys look a little fogged up, hold up. Much better. You got McDonald's. What did I tell you? It's Big McThanky's from McSpanky's. We're gonna head east from here towards the biggest mountain in the city. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to get my t-shirt right now. Also, the salt can wait until we cross the Bolivian border. But I'll check back in with you guys when we get to the base of the mountain. We got one more church before we head to my place of worship, the mountain. Here we have the Iglesia Divina. Another double stack, triple quarter pounder. But it looks like it's closed right now. That kind of sucks. Iglesia Divina. Can you imagine life was so hard? People made a religion about getting bombed. It's even a bridge. That's 3 convents within a square mile. Iglesia Divina. Back at the San Franciscan church, there was something saying that he had a holiday which was a giant feast. And being the saint of animals, you would think this guy's a vegetarian or something. No. He eats all the meats. I don't know, guys. I've lost 10 pounds of muscle already. Less powerful. 10 pounds of muscle, seriously, God. What are you supposed to do? You're supposed to make everybody on earth a vegetarian? Some people here, they live in cobblestone shacks. You gonna tell them they can't eat meat? Even St. Francis ate some meat. That's my biggest qualm about traveling so far. Can't hit the gym, but that's a first world problem. All right, now I say we goes to the mountains is. I'll be right there. Stopped in the secondhand shop. No luck. I found a black shirt for Santa Maria Construction and then a shirt with some Chinese lettering, but I'm not gonna be that guy with the Chinese shirt and it winds up saying something like, I have sex with dogs. No. I gotta know what it says on the shirt. But secondhand shops are the move. Hola. All right, that was just a laundromat. I feel bad for that guy. Blur his face out or something. To the mountain. We're in Salta. You gotta try an empanada. Hold up. It's too early. Maybe they do breakfast empanadas. Hola. ¿Tienes empanadas?
Empanadas, sí. No la hacemos de momento. Demora 15-20 minutos.
Camino más. Gracias.
De nada.
15 minutes for an empanada. Chico, ¿qué empanada es el mejor? Carne empanada? Gracias. These people have never seen a goddamn YouTuber. We're gonna have to get an empanada somewhere else. There she is, the main hill here in Salta. And this is their central park, San Martin. Very dreamy. There's a really good book about salt. It's called Salt, A World History. Takes you through all the wars, all the discrepancies over salt. Starts in China, talks about how they discovered the desalination process. You get 1 billion people. Of course you gotta desalinate water. And then the author takes you to Rome. Check out this bird. You're good, bro. What a bird. Nice. In Rome, they had a position called desalinator. He worked with the bank to make sure there wasn't too much salt in the streets. Keep a level price, you know what I'm saying? Salt? Bro, Roman, Italian people love salt so much they call their kids Sal. Oh, Sal! Where's your brother Pepper? Another bird. As Rome tried to invade Germany, the Germans, they hollowed out Mount Durenberg and they filled the entire mountain with salt. Then they take you to India. I got distracted. I need some new shades, bro. It's too cloudy out today. They take you to India, where Mahatma Gandhi marched people 250 miles to protest the salt tax. And then you go towards modern day in the book. Morton Salt Company in America puts iodine in all of the salt. Now let's check out if we can make it to the top of Salta at the ski lift. Take the easy way up. But I've got a feeling it's gonna be way overpriced. Salt is pretty interesting, bro. You need it to live. People love their Gatorade, their electrolytes, when it's really just salt. Hola. ¿Cuánto cuesta un boleto? 20,000. 20.
Sí, la tarifa internacional.
Pero camino.
Caminando se puede subir.
Hay un sendero, sí.
Hay un sendero en el monumento Güemes. Es más o menos acá 6 cuadras.
1 kilómetro. Menos.
700 metros más o menos.
Gracias. $20! See, that's the type of shirt that I'm trying to get next. All right, so we're gonna have to find our way to the trailhead because your boy isn't paying $20 to make it to the top of a mountain. That's half the fun anyways. Let's find our way up. We have made it. Cerro San Bernardo. 777 feet. Lucky number. 1.5 miles to the top. I think it's gonna be an easy one. Probably knock it out in 45 minutes. Biggest problem is getting there before the clouds strike again. This is gonna be me for the next hour. 777's Juan Antonio Alvarez Arnale, JAAA, be with me on this hike. Most of the way up, and these shrines have been very helpful. As you can see, it says number 11. I don't know what the hell a Roman numeral is. They got the 12 steps of the Passion of the Christ. So you only know how far along you are if you've been to church. Almost there. We made it! And with an extra $20 in our pocket, this is the Cerro San Bernardo. Make sure you stay tuned. As I said after the show, we're going to the Mountain of Seven Colors and one of the biggest salt flats in Argentina. South America at that. San Bernardo. They never pronounce the V's or the F's. It's El Virgen Mary. San Bernardo de Clairvoy. This guy, oh my god, the view. San Bernardo helped found the Knights Templar. So I don't know how much of that history we're allowed to go into. Let's keep this app nice and monetized. It's going hard. Oh my god! Demonetized. We just ran out of battery at the literal climax. Got a couple free dogs here. And patrons of the $20 ride. I'd say the modern Templars, probably the medical community, they have an odium for sodium. This view is insane. Both my grandparents put on hypertension pills, statins for sodium. Here's an idea. Take a hike. You got extra sodium in your veins, you're gonna start popping pills. You could climb a mountain. See exactly where we came from. San Martin and the Plaza del Julio where we started. Julio Antonio Alvarez, JAAA. Hey, King Louis XIV was almost guillotined over a 2% salt tax. You're telling me we could go to the Munzes, we could give computers sentience, but we still can't desalinate salt water